watchers. And of course, if you happen to be here for the very first time, welcome. Before I go any further, my name is Rahul George, India's premier iHypnosis life healer coach and your personal guide. And of course, for all of you regular viewers, listeners, and watchers of this pod, the iHypnosis life coaching journeys, you know that this is a podcast that has been curated and created just for you. And of course, we make it a point to find truly amazing people out there, people who are coaches and healers at different points in the journey. And the intention, of course, is to bring them here so that you can be inspired by not only their stories, but you can see a resonance in your own life and be driven to keep showing up and keep on with the journey. So I have a very, very special guest in our midst. And of course, you will get to hear more about her in a moment. So without further ado, Dr. Manjoo Kar, welcome. Thank you for making the time. And of course, you can click on the cam button and join us. It's good to have you here.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Excellent. So maybe we'll start at the top. We've This is the second time that we're meeting. We met very very briefly yesterday, and or day before was it? My memory's a bit of a blur, but uh, I am definitely looking forward to hearing more about you, your story, and how you got to be here doing the things that you do. So maybe we'll start at the top. And so, if someone says, okay, so Dr. Manju, what do you do?
First of all, thank you very much for this invitation where I'm very
Pleasure.
honored to be with you all, This is the first thing. Of course, I do a lot of many things which I think the universe wants me to do
Mm,
it. In that respect, I'm a qualified feng shui consultant and a
mm,
coach and a healer. That's what I'm been doing for last 30 years.
wow,
And
wow.
this is just not my choice. It was an incident which brought me to this,
Mm,
and that is
mm,
how I have understood that this is what is my real sign of giving to the universe back, and that is what I'm being doing in a very big way.
beautiful. So I am very tempted to ask you that question, which we will get to in a moment. So as I said, I'm sure that people will be inspired by your story, by your journey, and there are a lot of powerful insights that they will draw from your story and the journey that you've been on. And maybe we'll start at the top and tell us a little bit about how you got here. You mentioned in passing there was an incident. So basically this is an opportunity for us to travel back in time with you and to see your life through your eyes and learn so much more from what you've experienced. So you can take us as far back as you wish to, or maybe from that event, whatever you feel drawn to, and we're all yours.
Thanks. First of all, this was a feng shui to me was a very new subject which I never knew it. But I was married to an exporter, and they were having a shoe export, all over
Mm,
Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and some part of USA. The life was in a very big time frame was minute you're connecting to the world when it
mm,
is day or when it is night, and then
right.
your winter and your summer. Oh, good God, it was a very different experience.
Mm-hmm.
I joined with him, then I had my children, then I was very busy, and then later on we joined and traveled worldwide,
Mm,
both of us at showcasing
beautiful.
exhibitions,
Mm,
participating into the Garda fair. All the time the fair was there, we had to, and we had a number of people all over. Until
mm,
date, I am totally connected to them. They have become like a friends, all over
mm,
the world. This
mm,
is what it is. But during that period, when I was returning, I have written a book, that is a Roots of Abundance. I'll just show you. This is the
beautiful.
book, Roots of
Mm,
Abundance. Harness Your Life with Feng Shui. This was a book which I had written with a concept. Uh, Actually, when I was traveling back from Germany, and that is a time I could hear my sister. She had delivered a
mm,
baby boy, and it was a 9 months, and I could just get a, I do not know how,
Mm,
the call was that she was down with blood cancer.
mm,
And she only said, Didi, I want to live. And that word penetrated into my
wow.
heart like a sword.
Mm,
I didn't know, I was so helpless. I didn't know how will I be able to help her out.
mm,
I brought her up. I was the eldest in the family. She's 11 years younger to me. And
mm,
I brought her up, got her married and everything. And this is today, the situation was such, that is a time I must have knocked at all the doors. See what is possible. And
mm,
that is where I met Master Joseph Yu, a feng shui consultant. He's from Canada. As I was
mm.
traveling all the time abroad, I was
Right.
very fortunate to meet such
Mm,
master John Sandiford from London, then Lillian too from Malaysia. You name it, it went on and on and on, and I started
mm,
qualifying and looking at her state, the way she used to vomit blood,
wow.
with a little baby crying. You
Mm,
cannot resonate that. Till date, I can feel that in front of me.
mm,
That pain, that agony, and I was so helpless.
mm,
But I didn't give up.
mm,
I was very much determined that I will take care of her since her childhood, from her birth. I have taken care. So will I do now.
mm,
The journey went on. I went on adding my qualification to be a naturopath doctor, and then
mm,
I did my qigong from Australia, Master Feng. I
mm,
went on silver, you name it. I think I have done all the modules possible, how to help her and how to do what to do
mm.
and everything. In
So, Dr.
short,
Manju, just to pause you here, just for context, could you share with us the timeline? So, when did you first
this
hear
was
about
in
this?
1995.
Wow. Okay.
1995,
Mm. So,
and
you heard
there's a
about her
journey.
diagnosis in
Yes,
95, and
yes,
that
yes.
started you on this journey.
Yes, 1995, and that was
Mm.
the journey which I took. It went on, and of course, today she's totally fine,
Beautiful.
and
Beautiful.
her son is an engineer, and
Wow.
that gives me a lot of
Mm.
power. And then I understood, yes, Feng Shui works. It
Mm.
has got, you have to understand, everybody gets educated for a reason to
Mm.
make their living better
Mm.
by earning a lot of money. But this was a different journey, a living better for
Mm.
healing someone. That was a
Right.
main thing what I got.
Mm. Mm.
She gave me the opportunity to see, and then it was no look back. She was fine, and a number of cases I could handle. My
Mm.
husband was down with paralytic. He
Wow.
was a chain smoker, 555, 3 packets a day.
Mm.
And either he's in London. He lived in a suitcase. So if he's in London, the next
Mm.
time the flight comes, and he's to Australia because they meet the winter season, and then again to meet the summer season in Sweden
Mm.
and London and France and Paris. Oh, good God! It was a journey like it.
Right.
And there I saw him absolutely. Had a stroke, and the whole
Wow.
thing was gone. He couldn't even lift his hand up. He couldn't even, his food used to come out from
Mm.
the mouth. It was being literally out. My children used to
Wow.
cry over he what. And then finally, the doctors had given up. Doctor said, Mrs. Carr, accept him as he is. Nothing is possible. Even
Mm.
his sister was a matron from the medical department.
Mm.
She said, I really tell you, this is a not a case. But you know what I did, Rahul? I had
Mm.
not kept any sort of a person to look after him. I was the one who
Mm.
was monitoring, giving everything, right from his bath to the toilet, you name it. My friend says, you will be dead the way you are working. I said,
Mm.
no, I will be able to monitor every action of his, and
Mm.
that is how I can give. And I told him, you have to surrender to me. Once you surrender to me, I can really look after. And you can imagine a man surrendering to a wife is not
Mm.
possible. But he had no alternative but to
Right.
do that.
Mm.
And today he is all fine. He drives a
Beautiful.
car. It
Mm.
is out of the thing. The doctor told me, Mrs. Carr, this is called miracle. I said, no,
Mm.
you do it from your this level. I do
Mm.
from the heart level.
Right.
So we have to bridge a gap over there. The
Mm.
the gap is there. So this is how I drive. After that, no look back. I had one
Mm.
more person who could see from the media, and he was Fahmi Chaudhary from
Mm.
London. His
Mm.
colon was disconnected. He's got a bag, and he was a pain, pain to the core. 30 years
Mm.
old boy, 27 years he was bedridden, and
Wow.
he had treatment with the doctor and everything. He only said, "Auntie, I have to live." And he was a
Mm.
Bangladeshi, so he could
Mm.
relate to me in Bengali, and he could, sometimes he would gasp for breath, and he said, "I
Mm.
cannot talk more than that." I went on doing the healing. I have not met him. I went on all
Wow.
aspect of my feng shui, and
Mm.
that also took about 2 years, and today he bounced back to normal.
Amazing.
Normal in the sense the bag is still there, but
Mm.
the pain is gone, and he can
Right.
take a decision, and he is working with his
Mm.
business. He's none
Mm.
other than the grandson of Bangladesh past minister,
Right.
prime minister. That
Mm.
is what he revealed later on, so I was not
Mm.
aware about it, but I was
Mm.
only focused to look after him. So
Mm.
feng shui has given me the depth knowledge, not for a certificate or qualification or
Mm.
to know. It was a deep dive into it, that it works, it really
Right.
works.
Mm.
And it has given a number of incidents, a number of cases
Mm.
where I really got results
Mm.
200% from a lot of clients.
Mm.
Kidney stone was gone, thyroid was gone, and relationship was like a pole apart. They united and they said we are lovebirds now. And
Mm.
people did not conceive with medical thing. They
Mm.
could give a birth to child.
Mm.
They were all areas I could handle one after the other. It just came
Mm.
to me. It is. I think I was just a instrument for the good cause.
Mm.
There is some power above is literally guiding me to
Mm.
do this software. Otherwise, there are
Mm.
tens, thousands, and tons of feng shui masters. What do they speak? I don't speak that. What do they do? I don't do that. I do something very differently
Mm.
where people get the total result. I had a
Mm.
client who could not pay me 10,000 rupees.
Mhm.
Today he's got a number of restaurant, very big way, and
Mm.
his house is about 43 CRs. I'm being working on that. And I
Mm.
do work with the architects with my consultation,
Mm.
give them the whole detail, the direction, the plugging of the energy, scanning the
Mm.
energy.
Mm.
Personal, you have a personal energy too.
Mm.
You have a personal element too, and
Mhm.
that has to resonate with the environment, exterior,
Mm.
interior, your own, to make you feel at ease.
Mm.
you this is a mystic gadget your body is.
Yeah, true.
People explore all the technology except this body. I feel that.
Yeah, very
And
true.
if you can tune it to the finer
Mm.
tuning, to
Mm.
the cosmic energy, no look back.
Beautiful.
No look back.
Beautiful. So you've taken us on a very wide band of a journey from, when you were first drawn to, step into your and power of healing, especially. Of course, you played many roles over the years and over the decades, but something that you shared here, uh, did you ever have any inkling that you would be doing this, what you do today, and what you've been doing over the last 20, 30 years? Like going further back in time, did you ever get any kind of a
I
signal?
I really understand one thing with
Mm-hmm.
you. When I was in school,
Mm,
we were in fifth standard or something
mm,
like that.
mm,
If we any of our friends would fall and all, they would be bleeding. So we
mm.
had to go to the office to put a teacher
Correct.
ID, and it
Correct.
burns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
burn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to take one leaf and I crush it and immediately apply to them, and they were healed.
Wow.
And today I understand. Today I am a Nishika doctor. How was that possible? So this is, you're
Mm,
already being
mm.
planned for a cause.
Yes. Yes.
You just become an instrument to it,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
This is what I have seen it, you know. It was
Mm.
very, very relevant to that. Another
Mm.
one thing, looking at the whole journey of my life, I have seen poverty of other people to such a core.
Mm.
I cannot think this is called poverty. That day I could understand, you know, I had been working with a nun and I was
Mm.
a private secretary because I qualified from Nirmala Nikitan as a
Mm.
secretary, you know. I
Okay.
did my travel and tourism. I'm
Wow.
a dancer,
Mm-hmm.
from Kerucharan Mahapatra. I
Mm-hmm.
did my Bharatanatyam, Kathak, and then
Right.
Pratima Bedi also was with me, and I was being doing that dance, you know.
Right.
And today, the same dance,
Mm.
when I was supposed to be performing in Paris, I
Mm.
was all set to perform in Paris, and I was already with one fallopian tube. I conceived, you know. That
Wow.
was a surprise, and
Wow.
I conceived, and my daughter was born.
Amazing.
And my dance I couldn't perform there, you know. It was a
Right.
thing, and they told me we will adopt. I said no, 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 I want the daughter. No adoption of my daughter. Let it be whatever it is. Yes, for me dance is a passion, and today God has given me a very big opportunity. I teaching dance for last 25 years to
Mm.
special physically
Wow.
handicapped mentally challenged children,
Amazing.
and they
Amazing.
are amazing. There is a transformation.
Mm.
uh, those children, 10,000 to 50,000 they are earning, my past
Wow.
students. They
Wow.
just come. It's at Nashu. They come
Mm.
for a sort of skill program. They are the
Mm.
day scholar,
What is
and
it
that
called? What's the name of the place?
Nashu, Naseoh, Nashu,
Okay.
National Institute for Opportunity for the Handicapped, you know.
Mm. And this
This
is
was
located where?
in Chembur itself,
In
you
G.
know,
Okay.
Chembur in
Awesome.
Bombay,
Mm.
Chembur itself. So I'm
Mm.
there for that. So the head of the department, Mr. Shetty, told me that there were a lot of people who came to teach them
Mm.
dance and all, but you are a person who is very different and unique. And
Mm.
I do not know how children are. I don't find them. They are not. They are not a special child. They are normal
Mm.
because I speak to them on that resonance,
Mm.
and I give them a lot of work and healing process with the mirror work they have to do. They have installed in them a gratitude process. In the morning when
Mm.
they get up, they have to say thank you to the bed. I said, you know, you have the bed, others don't have. Then they
Mm.
go to the bathroom, they have to love themselves. You don't wait for others to love you. Go look into the mirror, hug yourself, and love yourself. After the whole process of your breakfast, you come out, open your palms with this, and download the energy from the
Mm.
universe, you know. And that is how you charge the mobile, you will charge yourself.
Mm.
Yes, madam. And
Nice.
that is what they do it, you
Nice.
know. And every skill of every individual, I'm being attending to it personally,
Mm.
visiting their
Mm.
house to their parents, and I get a lot of result, and they are doing. One of them, I did the function of the house. He was a mentally challenged only son. Parents are property agent, and after doing that he got 6 gold medal
Wow.
for his athletes, you know, and that was
Amazing.
the reward to me. I say,
Mm.
God, you have really acknowledged my work which I could go. People go
Mm.
to the temple to
Mm.
put a puja, and this
Mm.
is my puja, you know. I don't understand
Amazing.
that puja because God
Mm.
doesn't eat anything. God doesn't do. Your heart speaks, and you resonate to their pains. You know. Today I'm working with 2 children. They don't have a hearing aid, proper hearing aid. You know,
Mm.
the hearing aid which the usually the charity organization gives them a hearing aid, and that hearing aid he was having a pain in his head, and it was
Mm.
not up to the mark for his requirement. You know, and he's a very very good artist. I give him all the material for him to do the artwork. He's
Mm.
out of the world the way he does it, you know.
Mm.
And that is what I said. I felt it, and took him to the doctor, sequence of doctor, and got his all done.
Mm.
And I'm very soon I'm going to get the hearing aid for him. 84,000 is the cost, you know. And his father
Amazing.
was very reluctant, you know.
Mm.
I will, going to the doctor, we have to wait for a long and everything. One day I asked him, look, it is your son. I beg you. Let
mm,
me work on him.
mm,
I just want to work on him and give him the life. Whatever you see him today, he will not be the same. He will be someone else very differently, which I know it from my heart. And that's
mm,
what I give him the placement. This is what I do.
mm,
And plus, I have organized a very good, orchestra. They are visually challenged
mm.
and they play amazing programs for
Mm.
3 hours, which I have
Wow.
conducted for the Durga Puja in Chembur 3, 4 times, and
Nice.
also Dr. Debashis Das. He's got his own hospital. He gave me the opportunity at
Mm.
a forum where 5,000 doctors unite were there, and my children performed.
Amazing.
That was a very thing. And I give
Mm.
them the stage, the money goes to them. Money
Mm.
goes to them. And
Mm.
today, all my feng shui work, what I do, it is it is to look after those children. That is
Mm.
what I do. My
Mm.
children tell me, ki, Mom, you're aging. I said, well, that is okay, but I enjoy what I'm very
Yeah,
passionate for
that's
my
right.
work. She said, you know what are your ages? I'm actually, George, I'm 74 now, and I
Kudos
don't
to you.
I don't feel
They don't feel it, right?
tired. No,
That's
I
right.
don't feel tired. I have
Yeah.
handful of work with my feng shui client
Mm.
internationally, pan India, and my children, you name it. And I have adopted a village in Alibag where
Wow.
I have planted 400 fruit trees in their village.
Amazing.
And I take care of their health issues and also do feng shui to them
Mm.
also. One of the
Wow.
electrician who was working in my house, in
Mm.
my outhouse that is in Alibag, we got a very
Mm.
beautiful cottage up on the hill, and it's
Mm.
very, very, it is a lap of the nature where I resonate a lot.
Mm.
So he told me, you do something. I said, yes, I do. Can you
Mm.
just help me, ma'am? I said, sure. And he was from UP. He had a rented house, and then I did the feng shui. I have a lopan. With that, I know the scanning of the energy. I know the
Mm.
whole thing. I did it and everything. After 6 months, a road was constructed on his field, and where he got 1 CR, and today he's got a
Nice.
bungalow of his own.
Mm.
So, this all, I tell you, is a
Mm.
huge amount of acknowledgement from the universe to me. And I'll go on, and I have
Mm.
got another one book which I have written, with
Mm-hmm.
the co-authors.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one is Me No Pause.
Menopause. Nice.
It's not menopause, it
I
is
know.
Me No Pause. And
Beautiful.
that is the one I will go till my last breath. That is what
Mm.
it is. I really don't. I will not give. I will not waste any time saying that I am old or this is maybe.
Mm.
No, dear. No. It is very, very different way I live my life, and 4:30 is my timing to get up. There's a lot of things to do: meditation,
Mm.
havan, and uh, scanning of your energy, doing a lot of purifying yourself, from
Mm.
your aura to
Mm.
your chakras to your 5 bodies. If my 5 bodies are available with that energy, no look
Mm.
back. I
Right.
can do a lot. And my
Mm.
dream is lot to take the village in a very high way,
Mm.
and all the children of my Nasho where I can do a lot of work to them.
Mm.
Till my last breath, I'll be working on
Beautiful.
that. And this is
So,
how I get the clients also,
mm,
where I do for them. They
let me
came.
pause you here, Dr. Manju. You said something very important. I ask this also because our audience are basically people like us, people who are healers, people who are coaches on this journey. A lot of them have awoken after COVID. So, a
Yes.
lot of them maybe started 5 years ago, some of them maybe 3 years ago, some of them maybe even over the last year or two. There are a few oddballs like us who've been doing this for decades. Like I've been in this space now for little over 2 decades. But my point being that I'm sure you would have discovered a lot of your practices, a lot of your processes over a period of time. Could you take us back in time to, maybe stories of how you discovered each of these practices and you started to blend them into your daily practice? Because you said something very important. People today get to be coaches and healers, not only with the intention of helping, but they also want to do this as a profession. They want to do this as literally like treat it as their career. And one major important part of that is where you're able to, keep your channels open to receive money. So could you kind of take what I've shared here as a question? It's a slightly
Sure,
long-winded question, but
sure.
blend it into something that will help.
Right. Too. Uh, Today, one has to be very much aware about one's karma.
Mm,
Whatever you do it, you do a good. Money is a byproduct.
mm-hmm,
I'll tell you in a simple manner where you will resonate with me.
mm-hmm,
When you are running, the wind passes from the side,
mm,
and when you are at ease, the wind
mm,
comes to you.
mm,
So the
mm,
money, you chase the money, it will not come. But you wait for a good cause and you do it, money comes to you.
mm.
It is that way. So my
Beautiful.
feng shui, I
Mm,
have understood in that way. When I somebody told me, one of the interior person told me,
mm,
you have not kept that product in that house. How is the feng shui you do it? I said my way of doing the feng shui is very, very different. 1983 to 2003, there are five elements resonant with all of us also.
mm,
Five elements within our body. So
mm,
even feng shui has got five elements.
mm,
1983 to 2003, that was a metal period where all these
mm,
technology, computer, everything came up. Today we were introduced to that. 2003 to 2023, that was the earth period, where
mm,
a lot of construction took place all over the world. Whether it is a house, is a road, is a bridge, you name it, there was a thing. But now 2024 to 2043 is a fire element.
mm.
You do a good deed with a spirituality, you will win. Otherwise, you will be burned.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And another one thing, today, your eyes, from the diaphragm to the
Mm,
head,
mm,
this is the only part which is getting affected with health issues.
mm.
Anybody you will see heart attack, no reason at all,
Yeah.
or eye problem, ear problem, lung problem, you name it, from the diaphragm to the head, this is the only thing. So when you know the deep subject, you can take charge of it. If somebody
Mm,
tells me this is the problem, so I know which direction is affecting it. All the five nine direction is the bhagwa, which has got resonant. My book speaks a lot about that,
mm,
which has got the heart in the south area. In the north is your kidney area. On the
mm,
east is your limbs and everything. Anybody says ki, I fractured my hand, so immediately I say, your entrance is from the east. He says, yes, yes, how did you know that?
mm,
This is the whole thing. Or the gas stove is placed in the wrong direction. So it was in Goa, and that is how, when I was being talking to her, I said, you switch on the video and show
mm,
me the place of yours.
mm,
Let me understand what it is and all that thing. And when I just saw it, I said, you have a lot of acidity problem in your house. He says,
mm,
absolutely true. I've been treating for a long time. I said, yeah, this is what it is happening. And these are the cures where you can pluck. Remedies are not, it is not a remedy and cures in general to every. It is a
mm.
specific to
Correct.
the needs and requirement of the person.
Mm,
You when you are suffering, you go to a doctor. You don't go to the chemist and buy all the product.
mm,
Okay, so specifically, and that also, the doctors are in a finer tuning of the parts of your body. They're specialized.
mm,
You go to the
mm.
specialized. So this is where I had specialized myself.
Wow.
And the same person in Goa,
Mm,
and that night, 10 o'clock, people are not very consistent to take mm, whatever the job. They are either not trusting, not believing,
mm,
or I do not know, setback mindset, something like that.
mm.
But that day I caught hold of her. I said, look, at this time, it is 10:30. I want to rearrange your furniture of the house. He said, are
Wow.
you okay? I said, you got two able sons, and they are big
Right.
one, and they will help me out. He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, please. You are not doing. I'm being chasing you for a long
Mm,
time, and you're not doing the things." And after she doing that, after 2 days she called me back. I said, "What happened? Anything mishap?" He says, "No, I wanted to tell you. I didn't tell you. I had a rheumatic, problem on my legs, and I was going pillar to post with the doctor. After your changes, my pain is gone. I'm not
wow.
finding it where the pain is. So, without medicine, you
Mm,
can do it. Today, people will be suffering. You see the number of bridges which is being happening in Bangalore also. You're from Bangalore, in
mhm,
Bombay also. Wherever the highway, the expressway goes, cutting the energy of the houses to that end, and they are hit hard. If you
mm,
don't take a precaution, I had one of the client, and was a very very much uh, why a client, the what is his name, Ravi Srivastava,
mhm.
comedian he was.
Okay.
Yeah, his name is his name Srivastava. He was a
Okay.
comedian, very
Mm,
good comedian, and he was at Rohit Verma, the designer.
mm,
I look after him. He calls me Ma. He says, "Ma, you
mm,
look at him, and he is Srivastav. What is his name? Ravi Srivastav? What Srivastav he is.
mm,
And he just went, and I called up and called the wife. He was admitted. After the show, he was admitted in the um, hospital. So
wow.
the wife said, "I'm already in Delhi. I do not know." I
Mhm,
said, "You do all these things by the time." But she connected me to her sister who is in Bombay, and the Bombay house, she did it amazingly. She said, "Yes, ma'am, I will do it as per." I said, "These are the problems which is affecting him. Your house resonate your illness, and that is what is being corrected." But after
mm,
a few days, she was so much with it, executing all the work. Then there was a gap. So I said, "What
mm,
happened? Whatever." They said, "No, no, no, ma'am. Actually, he's got a Shani Dasha, and we are
mm,
having 108 pandits, and they will be doing all this puja, and he will be cured." So I
mm,
got back to this Rohit. I said, "Rohit, this is what they are saying." He says, "Ma, you have done your work. Just leave it apart. And today he is no more.
oh,
Today he is no more.
wow.
So I'm not saying that this is the cause, but this is my
Mm,
experience. What I could
mm,
experience, what I could do. There was another one case. He was 80 years old, Bridge Candy Hospital in
mm,
Bombay. He was in the ICU with a
mm,
ventilator. His daughter is my daughter's friend. She was
mm,
not married, and she said, "Auntie, you can do everything. I know that you have the ability and all that thing." I
mm,
said, "Let me try." And I said, "See, there are certain things like black tourmaline, which is very very good
mm,
for your health, for all
mm,
this negativity." I said, "If you can put it over there in his bedside." He said, "Auntie, it is an ICU. They will not even allow me to do
mm,
it." I said, "Kuch bhi kar, whatever you do, try to persuade and do that. After doing that and whatever the other things, correction in the house, he came back and he told me, "Manjuji, you gave me a second life."
mm,
So it is possible.
mm,
My experience, it's very difficult for people to understand what I'm doing, uh,
mm,
or they don't resonate to it, or they are fear factor. They want evidence, or they
mm,
want something. Because I'm really thankful to you and Devasmita to bring
mm,
me on this platform,
mm,
because I had all my secretaries and everything to do my
mm,
work, and today with the
mm.
technology, I'm on the seventh heaven.
So
I think so.
let me just pause you there because you read my mind. I was going to ask you this question. You've obviously worked with many people, had many amazing stories, success stories, and variances. But the important thing is, and that's the reason why this podcast exists, which is to help other people get to know you as a person. So tell us a little bit about, especially these last couple of years post COVID. How has your work been changed? I won't say affected. It sounds very negative. How has it been? Like, what are some of the ripple effects that you have experienced post COVID? Because a lot of the way the world looks at healing, at mental health, a lot of that has changed. So, in your own experience, how have these last couple of years been for you?
My experience during the COVID was
Mm-hmm.
that is the time I wrote Roots of Abundance, Harness Your Life with
Mm.
Feng Shui. I saw a father. He had two little boys. He just bought some ice cream from where I do not know, and he asked them to have it. Even he had it, and he had poisoned that. And one son
Oh.
died. One because he couldn't afford.
Mm.
It was we had a factory. We had tons of things. We had to close down. We couldn't afford it for
Mm.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, but not the long
Mm.
journey of COVID. What it was,
Right.
it was a very, very terrific journey. It was. If I had, there was one particular shop which was open for a particular ration to them with rice, dal, and oil, tea,
Mm.
sugar, biscuits, and there was a mandatory, which was onion, potato, and then you can survive. So this was
Mm.
one store which was being allocated for all these people. They would go and they would just get it,
Right.
and this is what I could do it. And a bare
Mm.
minimum thing. People may have tons of things. They were staying at the resort and all that thing, but I do not know. One thing is very much, I'll tell you, right from the childhood to now also, my heart pains for others,
Mm.
and I can feel them. And when I
Mm.
feel them, that is how my feng shui resonate with me. Because when I go to their house, I understand the pain area, and I try to rework on it.
Mm.
When Shushmita called me, she also said, I said, how come you're talking something, George, Rahul, you're talking cancer? I'm not understanding the whole thing. And I have my retreat program was going on at Alibag, which I
Mm.
do it in a very big way for
Mm.
people to understand, and where I can have one to one with them, and I can
Mm.
resonate and hold them to understand what it is, and they can be on their own. When
Mm.
Susmita told me, Devasmita told me about my father is down with cancer, I said, what?
Mm.
He said, yes, that's why I'm into it. I said, okay, in that case, where do you stay? She said, I'm in Bombay. Where in Bombay? In Chembur. I said, what?
Mm.
I'm also in Chembur. Where
Mm.
are you? She's very close by to me. She
Mm.
said, okay. I said, I would love to see you, she said. I said, you don't have to see me because I will come and see you. And
Mm.
that is how I went to her house. And I
Mm.
could see the whole thing in a very different way.
Mm.
Everything in the house can be rearranged,
Mm.
and can you can get the maximum results out of it. By
Mm.
your wrong placement and things like that, you will not get the result.
Mm.
This is what I felt.
Mm.
Because maybe in feng shui also, it is 60% is your heaven luck, 30% your earth luck, and 30% is your luck. So 40% is heaven luck, 30 is, so I
Mm.
we have only the leverage of 60% to handle it.
Mm.
Okay, the rest is one thing, is another one thing. Now at this period 5 period, is you will just see whatever your eyes see, that will resonate in your life. You want the
Mm.
best. You want the best. Today's generation, they want the materialistic world. They
Mm.
don't resonate anything with them. With the result of the eyes, what you see and what you get and everything, your heart is connected to your eyes.
Mm.
And the heart is absolutely in a massive depressed manner.
Mm.
So that is why people get a heart attack.
Wow.
Very difficult to explain that to
Mm.
people. Even the doctors will not understand that, but this is my experience. This is what I have seen. There is a children are gone abroad. They are very they want to grow, they want to have their
Mm.
mission and passion and things like that. There is a hollow in the house, there is a loneliness in
Mm.
the house. The heart is aching. The heart is aching. In India we never had old age home, but now we
Mm.
have.
True.
we have
True.
because they are very, very loneliness has come into it. How many clothes you will wear, what all you will eat, what all you will wear it, but your spirituality, if you take it up, you will resonate with the infinite energy and you will be at ease. At ease.
Mm,
Spirituality is inbound in your body. You live in this body. If this body doesn't belong to you,
mm,
every thought that goes into your mind, that resonate into emotions, and that is what the command you give it to every cell of your body to
mm,
operate. They don't
mm,
work on their own. Why will you not give the right words and
mm,
love to this particular body of yours?
mm,
They'll be all fine. You don't
right.
need you
Mm,
don't need medicine to cure yourself. It's a wrong notion, I really tell you.
mhm,
It is a absolutely love is the biggest medicine
mm,
where people will come out of it. You understand
true.
this body. One
Mm,
screw is being loosened in any part of your house, you fix it up,
mm,
but this body cries a lot. You don't even pay a heed to it. Wrong time sleeping, wrong time eating, wrong food having, mixing in a different crowd. You don't even resonate with the energy what the other people are giving it to you. You come, you take the same clothes, you go to bed because you don't have time to bathe yourself. I don't know what is the whole mockery of
mm,
life is going on in this world. This is what
mm,
I feel it, and I
mm,
feel and the children, they are suffering to the core. They come from school, they go to the tuition, they go to this because their performance has to be done.
mm,
Now this is a case was with one of my child, and the mother was just, she is passionate about her children to be on the very high profile. And he says, ma, she's not performing, she got 35% and everything. So I said,
mm,
just be calm, let me go. And I arranged the whole thing. And there are places to for them to tune with that energy for their education. I
mm.
tuned it to that particular thing, and I said, you will not say anything to her, she will study. And she scored 95%.
Nice.
So these are the things what I
Mm,
do. This is
mm,
the way people can come out. COVID
mm,
was a hard hit for me where I got very, very attached to people and I
mm,
wanted to give them the lot of solution. They
mm,
should take it, they should survive. This is not the end of the story. This is a very, very transformation from the God that you have to take a leap. We are already in the Kali Yuga.
mm.
We'll be going to Satya Yuga. Over here, the sorting and recruitment is being done.
Well said.
So people who are not up to the mark, they are no more going to the Satya
Mm,
So
mm,
whatever I am doing, you can call me I'm a selfish because I have understood the truth of life and I want to serve it. Next, I don't want to come back over here, Krishna. I will be with you. Let me be with you and do all the things. Let me work. Give me the strength to work. That is
right,
what I want. I
right.
want the strength. The body should be fit, and I will do everything. You
Mm,
tell me, and I'll be there.
right.
It is
Beautiful.
that way my life
Mm.
is.
I want to ask a different question. Uh, like you've obviously seen the world from a point, and I'm talking even in the profession that you've been building over a period of time. You've seen, a point where literally people connected using rotary phones to mobile phones to today, literally how we're connecting right now, right? How have you been affected, or how have you responded to this shift, especially of late? And now even more so, we talk about AI and artificial intelligence and a lot of you know like the machines being able to think to an extent. So how have you been, let's say, what kind of ripples have you experienced in your life?
Well, I have had a very good spiritual master in my life. I have
Mm-hmm.
been to Kailash
Mm-hmm.
with Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev. I
Mm.
worked for him for 12 years. I was
Wow.
there. And
mm,
then I met, it was not a shopping of guru, but it was a calling from the guru,
mm,
where I am with Dr. Shivanand Baba. He
mm,
is a one who has taught me cure is possible, and he
mm,
makes it happen. There
mm,
are chanting, the sound therapy, the mantras that is being there. So
mm,
I'm last from, you can say about, it'll sound very weird. I don't read papers. I
mm,
don't see news. I don't even look at the TV. I don't
mm,
go for a movie. I
mm,
don't. I am very much a seeker. I'm very, very connected to the nature.
mm,
There is abundance in the nature. You stand
mm,
under a tree. Can you count the leaves?
mm,
So, this is a proof there is a
mm,
abundance in the
mm,
nature. You have to have it. You are the one who is blocking it. You just tell them. Today, I had these children. They are, you know, special children, mentally challenged. I took
mhm,
them to a three-star restaurant, and
mm,
the restaurant I had told them, "Ki, please don't get scared. They will be at their behavioral problem." I told them to come very well dressed and all that thing. They had come, and they were just having, this is an uplift.
yeah,
This was
true,
an uplift for them,
true.
because they would not. They just, I mean, he, ma'am, this is very expensive. I said, of course it was expensive. So I said, in the same treat I wanted from you, so you will also give me the same treat. So you have to make the bank balance. Do this, do this, do
Mm,
this. They said, yes, ma'am, we will do it.
nice.
It is you have to sow a seed into them, and that is
Mm,
how this particular, whatever the world is going in
mm,
that particular moment, if you resonate with the energy, cosmic energy, and you want to make it better, you have to think it from all parts of 53 trillion cells in your body. Seven chakras prominent, 114 more than that, people say. Relate to
mm,
them. Ida, Pingla, and Shushma, they are there. And
mm,
that is how you connect to all the cells and all. This is a beautiful, you become a messenger, mess this, that, and all that thing. But underneath is all is a plumbing line.
mm,
Your
nice.
nerves and veins are all plumbing line. If
Mm,
they don't function, you don't function. You
right.
have to see to that. How will
Mm,
you do that? So when I have the retreat also, I make them feel. I start with a breathology, the right way of Ida
mm,
Pingla. You have to read. You will be attracting the money. Now at South
mm,
Africa, Ander just given me, Ki Manchu, you told me to clear this, that, and all that thing. I cleared my cupboard. There was one bag I found, and there was Indian currency, 4,000 rupees. From where did it come? I said, this is the,
mm,
manifestation from the thing. So your energy, my energy is literally preserved with the nature.
mm,
Nature has, I resonate to the nature because nature teaches you a lot. You stand on the grass for a long time,
mm,
for hours. You go away, the grass stands back. Does he
mm,
have the strength to go back? He'll not crush.
mm.
You can. Do you think any of the flower industry had gone to Asian Paint to collect their colors? No, no,
Nicely said.
no. Yeah.
Mm,
And then, did any of the children or any of the species of the animal kingdom went to any college, any
mm,
school? We are the one who is a blueprint of everything, and we have to process. We have lost our own
mm,
identity with the advancement of the AI and all that thing.
mm.
Some people say, nowadays I don't work. I just go to Chat GPT, gives me the answer, I do it. Will that give you the result to heal somebody?
Mm,
Tell me. If you want to heal somebody, today I am having an autistic child at uh, Chennai. The
mm,
mother is with me. I'm giving the healing to him and everything, and I
mm,
made the mother an instrument. She said, uh, you know I don't know how to heal. I said, look, when a child is born, the child is not taught how to suck the milk. Child
mm,
does it. When you were married, you were not given an instruction how to go about the marriage. You
mm,
were into it.
mm,
So every part of it is there. Now you are not resonating. Is my food going to the windpipe or the food pipe? No, at least that is spirituality. Accept it. Accept it.
mm,
You're being sent by somebody. You have a purpose to live on this planet and live properly. Don't fall yourself. I have poverty. I have problems.
mm,
God is also tired of you, you know. Really, He has given everything to you. Every beautiful earth, when I look at it, every provision is being allocated to you. And you say, I have this problem. You cannot even manage yourself.
mm,
What are you trying to blame? The one who has made you to come here for a
mm,
purpose, you have diverted yourself and you're doing something else. Now, what has people doing it? People
mm,
are unconsciously are hurting people, making their life more miserable
mm,
because they want to earn money.
mm.
I don't know whether it is truth or right, but it's a simple way. You ask, you shall be given.
Right.
You knock at the door will open.
Mm,
A small little thing. My Roots of Abundance has the story. I'm a girl from Chembur, earlier
mm,
also, now also,
mm,
after the marriage. I wanted to go to Sophia College all the way to town. My
mm,
mom said, why are you want to go so far? Two, three buses and everything. I don't
mm,
understand. He says, no, mom, I want. I was very stubborn at that moment.
mm,
Mom gave up and she said, you will go alone by yourself. Nobody will escort you.
mm,
Nothing will be given to you. I said, fine. I went to the college. I got the admission. With all that thing, I came to the bus stop, leaving my purse on the table.
oops.
I did not have a single penny. I went back to the college, and of course, it was shutting. It was not there. I came
Mm,
back to the bus stop, and my mom had said, never get into a taxi because they will take you to other place. They will sell you out. Oh, good God.
mm,
That was a more terrifying. So I was standing at the bus stop and I was
mm,
really understanding how will I go home? I don't know anybody. That time,
mm.
even to uh, give a call, you need money to call.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. Buses were coming 2.5 hours. I was at that bus stop.
Wow.
Only thing what I could do was a novena of infant Jesus.
Mm,
Ask, you shall receive. Knock at the door will open.
mm.
Rahul, I got 50 paisa under my feet.
Wow.
That that gave me a total power.
Mm,
You ask, you will. I tell everybody, you ask, you will be given.
mm,
Ask with the passion, compassion from your heart. Make that happen. Let the tear roll down. That your whole energy of your whole body will
mm,
resonate for
mm,
your ask, and you will get it. You will get it.
mm.
God is there to help you. No, He
Beautiful.
is not on a denial mode. No,
Mm,
He is not.
true.
We are His children.
Mm,
Don't you think His heart pains for us?
yep.
When we behave violently in a different mode, what he has asked us to do, we don't listen. That is a troubleshooting you have for yourself,
Mm,
which we don't resonate. And then there are a lot of things. Uh, what is it called? Sarpayog, you have this dosh, you have,
mm,
I don't know what, a Shani dosh, Mangal dosh, and
mm,
all that thing.
mm,
Please, 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 there is no dosh. You don't create. Somebody tells me I have to take bath before I do the cleansing. I said, just
mm,
be there. If the bathroom is not there, by that time, don't waste your time.
mm,
Cleanse your aura, it'll be fine. Because it is inside. If you go in the bathroom also, it will not totally come out. It's a part of you. You now somebody said, no, we cannot do it after bath. We can do it. I said, look, there are two openings. One is
mm,
intake, one is outlet.
mm,
They are with them. If you don't like their outlet, do you operate and throw it out? It has to resonate.
mm,
It has to go hand in hand. So you have to connect yourself first
mm,
rather than charging the mobile and charging the other thing. Sometimes I feel very blessed. I do not know the technology. I really
mm,
feel very blessed. I'm not gone into that session where I'd be lost. You know,
mm.
I am I, and that is what it is. I
Right.
preserve. all my energy in a different level, which will resonate. If I have to stand in somebody's house, only I have to do my mantra, that that person will get the result within no time. I have seen. It is not that there is some power of
Mm,
the universe which
mm,
resonates with me, and that's how. Going to Devasmita's house, and this is a very surprising. And I, wherever I go, she just brought. There was one place which was vacant. I said, "Why this is vacant?" And the jhula is there. Where is, Krishna is with me. It's on my bed. That time I said, in wherever I go for auditing, Krishna is there.
mm,
So it is his calling. Whatever work I'm doing, he wants me to
mm,
do it. I will do it. I'll do it. Length and breadth, I will do it. Only give me the energy, give me
mm.
the fitness, and a heart full of love for everybody. That's all I want.
Beautiful.
I don't
Mm,
want anything more than that. It
mm,
is, and people, I resonate with people. They just come to me. I don't know. It's a very warm feeling I feel. All the
mm,
time the love is flowing. Every now and then the love is flowing. It is not
mm,
a limitation. It is not a segregation. It is not a standardized. It is not a upper level or down level. No, 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 no. It's for everybody.
mm.
You be with it. That's what I understand. I hope I have answered
Oh,
your answers.
absolutely. I could listen to you for hours because I can tell that you've lived a very full life. You've lived a life of a lot of giving, and it shows in the stories. It shows in the compassion with which you just present yourself, which you just show up with. And in many ways, this kind of reflects why this show exists, why we are constantly looking out into the universe for people who are doing this kind of work. Because as I said to you, before we went live, that we don't know when people will find this, we don't know where people will find this, but there is a very strong belief and a desire that when people find this, it truly is that one missing piece that they've been looking for, maybe possibly for all their life. And just hearing you in so many ways, I know that they will be more than you know they will feel more than fulfilled. And it's a journey, as you said. So this will become part of their journey of
Yes,
discovery,
yes,
of going further, of helping other people. And especially, as I was telling you from the beginning, it's primarily people who are coaches and healers, people who have already had that knock on the door, shall we say, that they're meant to do this work, even if maybe for the last 10, 15 years, 20 years, they've been doing something else, because that's what they believed until they had that proverbial wake up call. And now they're on this path of really truly making a difference. And I'm sure they will benefit from connecting with you, getting to know more about what you do. You did mention, of course, in passing, the retreat that you were doing. So
yes.
maybe if you could tell us a little bit about, so when someone wants to reach out to you, is there a particular, it could be this retreat or it could be any particular program that you're running at present?
Yeah, this is a retreat where I teach them the totally us with the sound therapy, aligning their energy to resonate to what I have done in their house. The people have already experienced on my feng shui,
Right.
and they cannot yield the benefit out of it.
Mm,
And they just plug it by saying it is not happening.
mm,
You allow it to happen. Then I said, oh, I see, it's not happening, let me understand. Did you put this cure over here? Oh no, ma'am, I forgot about it. Did you do that? Because accountability with me is like, by mistake they have come to me, later on their life is in a miserable. Then I said, look, I'm a fanatic to get 200% result. You
mm,
have to give me results, and I know how to get the results. So you have to be with me and things like that. For
mm,
this, the natural children, the special children, where I got connected with them. Once in a week, I teach them dance, and the dance is amazing. Not a
mm,
normal person also will not resonate with that way.
mm,
That time, it gave me an opening.
mm.
What are these other people doing? The disabled can be able, the ables are
Right.
becoming disabled. That
Mm.
is the time the retreat opened, and my house
Wow.
is in the lap of the nature. I would love to collaborate with you, Rahul. Come
Look forward
over
to that.
and
Mm,
really come and look at it. And it is a small little place, but it is like the morning I take right from the, there is a ocean and a river
mm.
flowing, and there is a mountain, and a small little small little thing, the sun rises,
Wow.
and I start the healing from that point. I
Amazing.
take that. I said, this is a free thing what you get. You just have to get that energy. How to get it? I will help you out. And that is a
Mm,
point. It starts with early morning, around about 6, and they have to stay over there with me.
mm,
And then it comes the fire ritual, the Havan. I do it. Then I do them the yoga and all that thing. After doing that, then the tourmaline and salt, there is a cure to cleanse them out. Then they have a massage system. They're totally, the body is at ease and calm and
mm,
things like that. Now, this is the whole process goes from quarter to 7, rather, or
mhm,
6:30
mm.
till 7:30 in the evening with a fire
Nice.
ritual. And
Mm,
they, at a wink of an eye, the whole thing goes off. This is, ma'am, the whole day is gone. You said, yes, it is gone. They
right.
have their food, their proper food, guided with their thing, detoxification. All the, the karas are made, the
Mm,
juices are made, and the whole thing is being given, the neem, haldi, pepper, all that which is being there, which looks after me in the same way I do that. And this is how I have grouped them up. With a female, they come, they are at
mm,
ease. Male comes for one day. It is like Saturday. They come over, have dinner with me, and all that thing. The next day morning they come, and that day only they can leave, because they are men. They can
mm,
just leave. Women cannot. So I take
mm.
them on the next day to leave.
Okay.
The all arrangements are being done and things like that. But over here is, I have my cottage where I can just accommodate five, uh, 6 people. That is
Mm,
a thing. Then I
mm,
take the other cottages and all the thing. But the place is mesmerizing.
mm.
That
Beautiful.
place resonates in a very
Mm,
different way.
mm,
And now, since people are knowing, and I'll be going for a very big thing, I have seen places at Goa also. This
mm,
fellow, he is married to a Mexican, and I had told him, I said, his name is also George. I said, George,
mm,
whenever I have a big crowd, I will come to you.
mm,
And he is also very, very the same. So I'm looking forward uh, to reach out to a lot of people. My mission and vision is to give them their authority of living.
mm. Nice.
My main word I always use, मर मर के जीना है या जी के मरना है.
Mm,
Live your life
mm.
totally.
Yeah.
Why so much of consumption? Why? If I take them to a bigger place, ma'am, I cannot afford it. Hello,
Mm,
don't stop it there. You can afford it. Come over. You
mm,
you you don't have to pay for it. You just come. I will look after you.
mm.
I'll take care of you. This is what I do, the madness, Rahul. I don't know.
One more question I want to ask you, Dr. Manju, is, especially nowadays we talk a lot about creating content, basically so that more people can find you online. Uh, so is that something that you've started to explore? Whether it's like this technically is one more piece of content through which people can find you, right? So you now have a piece in the annals of history, if you want to call it that, where people will, you can always say, hey, go and watch that video because you'll get to know more about me, meaning they get to hear about you and your story and the things that you've been doing. So like this, have you been inspired to, or have you started to create material? Like, I know you mentioned the books that you've been writing, but like this, is there anything that you've been creating so far, or are you intending to create?
To be very frank, Rahul,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, people, when they see that you're lacking in something,
Mm-hmm.
they take undue advantage of it.
Hmm.
They charge you with
Hmm.
solemnly, they lovingly, they come down. You know, you have potential, you have this and all. You can just give me this and all that thing, and finally they elope.
Hmm.
This is what I'm being doing for long, but now I have got a vendor who
Hmm.
takes care of my Instagram, and everything will be there
Excellent.
with you, you know, that
Excellent.
is there. And she's a little cutie pie girl. And I don't blame them also. There was
Hmm.
a very young girl, and her mother was a beautician. In a very bad state she was. I helped with the feng shui, and
Hmm.
I gave her all that thing, upliftment. And this little girl grew up and everything. She just came, and I said, you have to be with me, because I do not know. I know my work, and you will help me out. She said, yeah. And by God's grace, I did the feng shui of her. After doing the feng shui, she got a better opportunity to go to Chennai.
Hmm.
So it's gone. I
Right.
don't have. This is what I do. I don't mean that I should hold them. You know,
Right.
no,
True.
not at
True.
all, not at
Very
all.
true.
So this is the chain of experience what I had.
Hmm.
You know, I couldn't do the right. And now, just recently, my vendor, he just says, "Ma'am, you have to make reel." I said, "I'm very very conscious, but I don't know. I don't look good. I do not know what
Hmm.
bothers me. I'm not. I'm very very scared of it." He said, "No, ma'am, you will do it." You know, and finally they said. Ma'am, this content you have to they give me something. I said, look, I don't know any content. I will not be able to buy heart them also.
Hmm.
Please, for God's sake,
Hmm.
I don't know what is the content, but I speak from the heart. I said, you ask me your question, I will answer you.
Correct.
And the thing, they have made a number of reels. It will be
Nice.
coming on the Instagram today only. She said it,
Hmm.
and she said, ma'am, you don't need a content. I said,
You
I'm.
are content.
I said, you just tell me your pain area.
Yes.
I resonate to it. I look
Hmm.
after you. I
Hmm.
take care of you.
Yeah.
It's that way.
Yeah.
You know, Rahul, when I have to do, I first thing I need your date of birth to resonate to your element to connect you. Are you on the right profession
Hmm.
or right vibration, right frequency of energy or not? This is one thing. Another one, the flow plan of the house. Where the flow plan comes, then it is being a combination of the energy of the ninth period. I resonate with that, and
Hmm.
that's how yield the total result in it, you know. And this is one lady, she came, her daughter was in Amsterdam for some education, went down, but I don't know what happened to her. One of my friends said, you just have to help her out. You know, I said, okay, I will go down. I went
Hmm.
down to the house. I said, make the floor plan, and the floor plan was made and everything. She said, I don't know. She was not in the campus. She was not to be seen. She was on the road. She had become mentally and all that
Uh,
thing. That's how I went. I did all the thing. I used a lot of crystal. I gave it to her. I immediately arranged the house. There the flyover was going, you know. So
hmm.
then I said, I will do the flow plan, I'll get back to you. And after the flow plan was done, I did all my studies, and I told her, I said, see, your husband will go through a lot of heart attack and all that thing, and then this is the whole thing. But at that juncture, the girl was resonating with the life, what she was madness she was doing.
Hmm.
She was throwing tantrums and all that thing. I was well versed with 25 years of these children, so I knew how to
Hmm.
handle her. So she was absolutely getting better and better and better. And this, when I told her this is the thing, of course I told her my charges.
Hmm.
And then she come back and she said, I'm so sorry, I will not be able to pay you. I don't know what is to be done and everything.
Hmm.
I said, fine, no problem. It's okay, fine. I have done,
Hmm.
no, whatever you have given and all and everything, I should pay you back your visit and all that. I said, no, thanks a lot. If I couldn't help you to the point what I see in front of me, it is going to happen. If you don't allow me, has got no meaning taking that money. I've not come
Hmm.
for money over here. I wanted to help you from the bottom of my heart, you know. She said, I really like you and everything. She said, no, I would like to give it to you. And she gave me a 500 rupees only for that
Hmm.
thing. My Uber costed me 2000 rupees going to her house. I said, okay, fine. Whatever she resonated and everything. Of late, I came to know. Today, she called me up about the flow plan. She just said, Husband went through a heart operation with a stent on his heart, and
mm,
she went through her totally a fracture on the leg and hand, and she was hospitalized and everything. Now
mm,
I think she has woken up or something. She said, "I would like to have the flow plan." But that's all. I said, "I'll give you the flow plan. Nothing
mm,
more than that." If they don't ask, I have no authority to go and
mm,
penetrate it. That's what my master said. You're
mm.
not God. You're not going to fiddle with anybody's karma.
So
That's
I
it.
have one question for you now as we slowly start to land this plane, and I suspect we will have many more conversations in the coming times. But for now, could you? I know you did mention in passing at the beginning, but this is a question I like to ask all my guests, which is, what's been your journey of mentors? I know you briefly mentioned at the beginning. You talked about a couple of your mentors who came into your life as you travel the world, and you had many opportunities to learn. And if you could, in your words, just tell us who are some of these people that came into your life, and even today at this point in your life, who are some of the mentors that you have come across, and possibly the role that they have played in your journey.
Well, this was, first and foremost was, a re- I never knew what is feng shui. I
Mm,
never knew what is. There was one of my architect friends. She said, if you take a driftwood, you keep it over here, you will get this, 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 this.
mm,
I said, Acha, what is that? And I was abroad. As I was coming down to India, and
mm,
there I just saw, this is what your inner calling is. I
mm,
just saw in a advertisement, Kajol said is conducting feng shui workshop. I said,
mm.
what?
How
I
long
just
back
don't.
was this?
This was in back to that 95 only.
95.
That
Mm,
95. That is a
wow.
period. And then I said, conducting workshop. So I just said, and I said, she said, you have to pay the fees. During those time, these facilities was not there, GPay or anything.
Mm,
I said, look, I don't have that, and I do not know. I can pay you by card if you just say, but keep my seat. I would definitely come. It was far off from my place to the town. I had to go to Taj Hotel. There it was. And okay, I went, and she was the one who gave the foundation of this feng shui, because she said she went to London, and she was in
mm,
London, and she had a child literally in a cabbage form. Is to
mm,
eat, drink, but wouldn't resonate to life at all.
mm,
And she was learning from her master the feng shui. One day, as during her session, the master said, "Can you call up home?" She said, "Master, I've kept everybody at her thing. They are taking care of her, and I don't know. It is taken care." He said, "No, no, just call her. Call and just see." When she called up, the lady, the maid who is to look after, said, "Ma'am, the girl is moving her hand."
mm,
And she went. She said, "Yes, master." She went home and everything. From there, the point, this girl mm, became all right. And for that workshop, she came and she spoke.
mm.
That gave me the authentication. Okay, this works. This
Right.
works. My sister will be perfectly okay.
Mm,
I'm on the
wow.
right hand. But then there was a limitation of her education to that
Mm,
level.
mm,
Then I came across Master Joseph Yu. He's from Canada.
mm,
He had totally a resource center. If anything you speak,
mm,
or you do, there is a way to find out. For example, I'll tell you, with me it happened. Of course, with the master, what he said is that they were in here. Okay, the master had a neighbor where uh, the lady was killed and the husband was taken into custody.
mm,
Master used to take a walk on that particular level, and he just said he was doing a lot of R&D, and he found out it was not the true. The combination of the star, the time period, the direction, all was speaking of volume there. That lady had a boyfriend who used to blackmail and was not being able to do the whole thing, and the
mm,
husband was not aware about it. And that fellow killed her. And master could prove that in such a
mm,
way things happened by the cure what he put, and
mm,
he was. totally rescued for the blame what he was going through. He would be
mm,
literally taken into custody for his this cause. You know, this was
mm,
one thing, and this is this is what relevant came to me also, and I could understand. There was one client who took me to a beautiful house, and he said, "Ma'am, you do this, 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 this. This is what I want from you," and all. I did it, and then he said, "Ma'am, I want you to visit another house I have got."
mm,
So I said, "Okay." I visited that house. I just said, then he realized and he said, "Ma'am, you will not reveal to anybody. This is my second wife." I
mm,
said, "Look, I have come to solve your problem.
mm,
I will not add on your problem. Please,
mm,
God, trust me that way. Whatever you have, even the Mughals had a harem and all that thing. You can
mm,
have them. I can only consolidate your energy for you to live better off than
mm,
anything else."
mm,
So the house speaks. House
mm,
speaks a volume. You know, you go down, they may speak they may not speak to the relevant, but the
mm,
house speaks, you know, gives it to me everything, what piece is there, where it is there, what is there, where the gas is there, where your bathroom is there. And there was one more case. This is a freelancer who does my flow plan for all
mm,
the people, you know. he
mm,
I just connect with him. He does the flow plan, he gives it to me, and then I take my low pan, I scan the energy, and I put them accordingly and give it to them,
mm,
you know. So the flow plan, what he did, his own sister for last 8 years wanted to go abroad for further studies. You know, she couldn't go. He says, "Ma'am, can you look into it?" You know, I just saw it. I said, "You make the flow plan, give it to me. I will
mm,
resonate to it, and I'll work on it." When your date of birth, I get it. I come to know your four auspicious direction. That is your uh, success in your wealth area, your health area, your relationship area, your overall well being area, and you have a particular personality number.
mm,
Then you have your element. What element are you? Then you have an animal sign. All these things, when you work on it and all, I could see her success area was a bathroom.
mm,
In Feng Shui, it is a customized, tailor made. We do the work, we don't break anything.
mm,
Okay, so that bathroom, I could put a 3D wallpaper, and that was not giving you the impression of a bathroom. That
mm,
got energized. Today she is in USA with a husband and a daughter.
mm.
You know, this
So
is what happened.
beautiful. I'm going to ask you two questions for the moment. Could you share maybe some of the people you met in recent times who have become your mentors, or people you have in recent times, been influenced by, who have deepened your process?
Right from the childhood, I had one person. She is a doctor
Mm,
in English.
mm,
Didi always was a mentor to me, you know,
mm,
Dr. Savita Bhatt, and she's always remained a thing. And the other mentors, these are the mentors whom I could resonate for my feng shui. And I'm a seeker and a learner from all
mm,
the aspects I'm being doing. But if you genuinely ask, it's very difficult. I'm totally attached to Krishna. I talk to Krishna, Lord Krishna. People will think I'm mad, but I
mm,
really tell you, he speaks to me
mm,
properly, you know. You
mm,
won't believe the way it is. Now, I'll tell you one more thing of my life. When you're asking me, I have a particular place where I do my
mm,
morning prayers and my yoga, you know. So that is facing the north. Sun rises from the east. I never get a chance to look at the rising sun if I'm not
mm,
at Alibag, you know. Now, when I just say कि I'm so, uh, I wouldn't say unfortunate, but
mm,
I'm really not being able to really get in touch with you and see you properly. Rahul, there is a building, there are a lot of glasses.
mm.
His light will focus in one of them and brighten up in such a way that I can see the sun.
Wow.
This is what then I relate. There is an energy.
Mm,
All the books I have written, everybody has written, books are written, is your knowledge.
mm,
Is my knowledge. I'm trying to give that knowledge to the other people,
mm,
whether it resonate, whether they take it, whether they do it. That is their way of it. But if you read the book of the nature, everything is there.
mm.
You don't
Beautiful. Mm,
have to read anything.
mm.
They know how to do it. I
Yeah.
went to Anaikatti. There was a place with one of the ashram, and he had a medicinal garden. So I was very interested to look
Mm,
into it. I went
mm,
down there, and when I went down there, one land patch of land was absolutely barren. I said, "What happened to this land?" He says, "Ma, what happened to this is that elephant must have had a diarrhea. So this is for diarrhea. He
um,
has eaten the whole thing out." So they don't go to the doctor.
correct.
They don't do all that. They
Mm.
know. That snake and that what you call what is the English word of beji? What is that? Mongoose.
Mongoose. Mm,
Mongoose. If a snake is being bitten, he gets that one of the roots of a plant to heal you. He has
mm,
that sense, and you
mm,
have to qualify to the college to understand that.
mm.
I don't know. I fail to understand. But
Yeah.
if you are into
Yeah.
the spirituality, if you are into, you have gone deep down, there is Bhagavad Gita will open up. You know what I
Mm,
do? I have the Bhagavad Gita. If I have any
mm,
question which is confusing me, I just, how do I say? You take the book and
mm,
just with your intention, you open the page and go on the right hand side. That
mm.
will be your answer.
Beautiful.
This is what my
Yeah.
guide is. This
Yeah.
is what my mentor is.
I
This is
love it.
like Krishna is.
I love it. And this is the reason why I make it a point to always ask this question towards the end. Because in this work that we're doing as healers and coaches, it's, we get inspired one day, we feel that calling, and we start to follow the path. But along the way, we lose our path from time to time. So when people hear, like they've heard from you, this is designed as a way to just reinvigorate them, remind them that it's a journey, and that getting lost is not really getting lost. That's what makes the journey that much more exciting, that much more real. And just like how you have shared beautiful stories, you've interwoven them, we've kind of like crossed through different time zones, and you've taken us on an amazing ride and adventure. And as you said, it's like you're just getting started. There's lots more to come, I'm sure, in your life, and the people who get to benefit from your energy, your compassion, and your spirit. So, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing so freely, sharing, truly being in the moment. And
Rahul,
I've,
your energy resonated with me in a very big way, in a very
thank you.
big way. You were the one at ease with comfort, the way you were. Maybe Krishna wanted that way, or I suppose so.
Mm,
Because I resonate with the spirituality in a very big way. I
mm,
believe in that. Your one breath, how you breathe, how you stand, how you don't know.
beautiful.
It is that thing. It is you are the one who made it happen. You and Devasmita in a very big
Yes,
way. I'm
yes.
looking forward to meeting you
Mm,
again and again and get into collaboration where I want to reach. I'm 74. Time is very much. I always tell people my passport is ready. The day the visa comes, I'm no more. Plus, take it from me.
mm,
I have worked very hard to get this tuned up into the
yes,
finer tuning. I
yes.
have worked very hard. It was
Mm,
not that easy,
mm,
to get the master, get the whole thing.
yeah,
And today's world, if you just see a true mentor to find is a bit difficult,
yes.
Rahul.
True.
With my experience, I say
Mm,
all the gurus are very, very they want to make the bank balance in a very big
mm,
way. They want to make a name and fame for themselves. Are they truly wanted to help somebody? The world would have been beautiful. I tell you, there will be no poverty, there'll be no pain,
mm,
there's nothing. Only you have to connect, you have
mm,
to bridge that gap. That's all.
mm,
People who can afford to make money will the have nots try to bridge it up.
mm,
They are human beings. Why will
mm,
you not help them? You will
yeah,
keep a dog in the house, you will keep a this in the house, spend so much. The lady who comes to work for you, you don't even resonate what is her condition,
mm,
her children are going to school or not, her children are in half the way she is starved. What is it? Just
mm,
see them, give them the food, give them
mm,
the whole thing.
mm,
Whoever is my helping hand, I just give them the same sort of a treatment. I give them, and then they ask me, we have to eat this. I said, truly, you have
mm,
to eat this, and I don't want your tiffin to come over here. Whatever I eat, you will be taking
mm,
from me. And Aribag, this is a mandatory. The one
mm,
who comes and works for me, I first check up their health. How are they? Any
mm.
deficiency, I start working on that.
Right.
If they are able, they will help you.
Mm.
If they're not
Beautiful.
able,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't. And you worship God. You have such a big temple in the house, and you
Mm,
you don't even resonate with the pain of that person. How
mm,
can you call yourself a human being?
mm.
I don't know.
No. So, all I can say at this point, Dr. Manju, is may you continue to keep doing this beautiful work that you're doing for years and years to come. And it's been a pleasure to listen and to absorb so much that you shared today. And thank you once again for making the time to be here on our pod and share your stories and inspire people, inspire healers and coaches uh, in the most, it's like we don't know how they will be, but we know that they will be. So
There is a calling. It will be done.
that's right,
Yeah.
right?
And the right
So,
people will be chosen. I told you, Kali Yuga
mm,
and the Sati Yuga. People are
exactly, yeah.
now only is being on the recruitment.
Mm, mm,
Half the
true,
people are not there. So
true, true,
from the you have to go to the
true,
Sati Yuga, so you have to work hard. There is no
true.
shortcut. There is no
Yeah,
shortcut at
yeah,
all. That's
yeah,
what I have
yeah.
understood.
Yeah, and I also want to say that for people who are watching this, for those of you who've reached this point, especially, that somewhere you connected with Dr. Manju and her stories, her life, her energy, and may you truly, benefit from her. As I said, we'll be sharing her links so you can reach out to her in whatever area of your life that you may be looking for help. And once again, Dr. Manju, thank you for your time.
It's really
And
thank you for all of them. Whoever
my
is
pleasure.
will be
Yes,
seeing this
yes,
also. I could help them. It's my
mm,
blessing. That's all.
yeah,
I
yeah.
have come empty handed, I'll go empty handed. But in between, there is someone to be helped. You don't
Yeah.
directly help. I don't take any
Mm,
donation from anybody.
mm,
I work, I spend. I
mm,
don't take donations. I don't believe in that. I do not
mm,
know what sort of a money that karmic is coming to me.
mm,
I rather work that purity of my earnings will go on the right tap and they
yeah,
will be healed.
yeah.
I don't know
Beautiful.
that. That's
Right. So,
Thank you
for
so
those
much.
of you, as always, who've been watching, remember, as I like to remind you over and over again, to live your purpose. So,
Thank
God bless. And of course,
thank
we'll be back with more pods. We will, as always, look for truly amazing people, just like Dr. Manju today, who shared her story. And we'll be back for more and with a lot more. So, as always, remember to live your purpose. God bless and see you in the next one. Take care.
thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Give me a moment while I just wrap this.